All right, so we need to talk about Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles in this video because they're off to a poor start to the season. If you were to sort of ignore and delete their game against Green Bay in the first week of the season off the face of the earth itself and do the math when it comes to scoring output in points a game, the Philadelphia Eagles in the past 3 weeks of NFL football are scoring a ginormous 17 points a game. Now, if you were to put them in a game against the Carolina Panthers strictly and solely based off who scores more points per game and see who wins, the Carolina Panthers right now would beat the Philadelphia Eagles 18-17. They would beat them by a point. The Panthers are one of the worst teams in the league, and they would actually beat the Eagles solely based off of points per game. If that is not embarrassing, I don't know what is. In this video, I'm going to mainly talk about a couple of people. Jalen Hurts and his poor play, Sirianni, and Kellen Moore, and maybe I'll touch up on the defense a little bit. Although I don't really think it's their fault because they're put in a lot of situations where they're on the field for like 90% of the game, and it's not sustainable to get too many fucking stops. So I'll cut him a bit of, give him a bit of a break. Give him some slack. Give him some slack. Jalen Hurts, you got to play better. It's as simple as that. I'm no Philadelphia Eagles fan, but I can see from a mile away that you need to be playing better than you are right now. It seems like you're hesitating on throws. You're late on throws. You're looking like Kyler Murray out there. You're throwing with a hitch. You don't really trust what you're seeing. You're not really reading out the field or the coverages that the defense, is giving you. And, you don't really know what you're looking at times. You seem a bit oblivious, and you're sort of get happy feet, jittery feet in the pocket when it's collapsing. Don't really have a good feel for pressure. It really looks like Jalen Hurts of old, rookie Jalen Hurts, who was replacing Carson Wentz after he had one of the worst years ever. That's how Hurts has looked so far this season. He's looked like a rookie who's fresh out of water, who was picked in the first round, who doesn't really have a grasp on the NFL game yet. This guy's in his, 5th, 6th year in the NFL? Guy should not be looking like that. He needs to cut off on the turnovers. He's fumbling and throwing a pick at least once per game. And when you're turning it over like 1.5 times a game or 2 times a game, that is not sustainable long-term to set your team up for stability and for success. And he has to know that. He has to take accountability. He has to play better because he's not playing good. He's not really reading out the field. And you can tell by the way he's playing, his morale might be pretty low, and his confidence really right now looks destroyed. He doesn't look like a confident, poised passer when it comes to throwing within the pocket. He's a great athlete. Everybody in their mom knows this. But still, you got to win from within the pocket. And Hurts has not shown the capability to do that so far this season. But I have a gripe to pick with Kellen Moore and head coach Nick Sirianni. I think Sirianni's calling the plays. I don't know, maybe Kellen Moore's calling the plays, but Kellen Moore definitely has something to do with play design, and he definitely has something to do with play calling. He has some sort of input in that. So it is on both Sirianni and Kellen Moore because of how bad this offense is. Saquon Barkley got 10 runs in this game. He had 10 rushes in this game. Saquon Barkley is the best fucking running back in the NFL, and you run him 10 fucking times in a game. What are you doing? That is a fireable offense. If it was anybody else, they would run Saquon Barkley until he fucking turns into Damar Hamlin on a Monday night in Cincinnati. You gotta rush him 20 times a game. 25, 30. Once again, I don't care if his legs, his knees, his ankles, I don't care what part of his body turns into fucking 2020 Alex Smith rotisserie chicken fucking leg. I don't care, I really don't. You've gotta run him. You've gotta run with Saquon Barkley, the best pure back in the NFL. A lot of people would say CMC is better. Maybe 50-50, but as a pure runner of the football, I believe that Saquon is a bit superior to Christian McCaffrey. He's a phenomenal athlete. He knows how to make a play. He's a true playmaker at running back who can bust a game wide open. And they're not utilizing his skills. They're letting him pass block and go out for dinky little fucking routes in the flats. Are we for real? He should not be a pass catcher out of the backfield or a protector of the quarterback. give him the ball. Give him the motherfucking football. Let him run around people, run over people, jump over people, spin people, hurdle people, juke people. I don't care what he fucking does to people. If he kicks them in the nuts and smiles at him and tells them, like it, you little pussy, I don't care. If it works, it works. Give him the motherfucking ball. He needs to have the ball in his hands almost every snap. I mean, if I ran, 65 plays? Now, if we ran like 70 plays, 45 of them will go to Saquon Barkley. Maybe some screens, but most of them are runs. And maybe get it to him in the flats. Maybe he'll make a play. I don't know. But Nick Sirianni, you think you're the smartest motherfucker on the field. You think you're the smartest coach on the field at all times. With your emotionless, expressionless, bland, dull, lifeless fucking face. You couldn't give 2 fucks less if your team lost every other fucking game this year. You couldn't care less. No accountability. You're not a good leader. What do you do? What do you even do? You don't even coach the team. Who coaches this team? Because clearly, Nick, you're not the one who's doing it. Because some changes, some alterations would be made at this stage in the season. I know it's early this season, but we're going to week 5, and it's the same old story with the Eagles. No offense. Defense is on the field for God knows how long, and you lose the football game. I mean, it's just incompetence at the highest level. And Kellen Moore, you're not getting off easy. I don't know if he is the play caller, but he has something to do with play calling. I know he does in play design and how the plays are executed. Kellen Moore, you are running an NAIA fucking Division II fucking FCS school fucking offense. You're running an incarnate word offensive scheme, and it doesn't work in the NFL. That's why you're not scoring any points. That's why you're scoring 17 goddamn points per game. Because what you do doesn't work. And teams have already caught on 4 weeks into the year, 4 weeks into the season. They already know what plays you are going to call before you even call them on the damn field. Where are the changes? Where are the adjustments at halftime? There's none. There's no adjustments to be fucking found. But oh my God, I don't care about any excuse people are making for Kellen Moore. We need to see what he can do. You need to fire Sirianni, and both of them need to go because they're both bums. Kellen Moore, he's been a fucking horrible coordinator for like 100 teams. Horrible, absolutely terrible. Sirianni, he is the most lifeless coach who does not instill any confidence into his team, has no leadership ability whatsoever. What does he do? Name one thing he does. Because he doesn't coach. He doesn't lead his team. He's not a guy who you would see being a head coach who wins the Super Bowl. He doesn't have the it factor that certain coaches do. That you know, okay, yeah, this guy has Super Bowl written all over him. This guy has, maybe we'll get to the wild card and lose by 30 points. And that one fluke run of the Super Bowl. A lot of people are going to bring up, oh, they faced the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I could give a fuck less if he made the fucking, the Canadian fucking Football League version of the Grey Cup. I don't care if he made the World Cup fucking final. I don't care what final he fucking makes. If he can't win it, he can't win it. And he's shown he ain't capable of this. He is realizing he is not built for this. He is. He's fucking realizing he has no capability of doing this job. And the cracks are beginning to show in the foundation of the Philadelphia Eagles. The fans are getting upset. The players are definitely getting upset. The offense has been lackluster. And the defense, what can they do? They're on the field for 75% of the fucking game. They're tired, they're fatigued, they're exhausted, they're sick, they're tired, they're angry, they're pissed, they're miserable. What do you want them to do? They're trying their hardest to win you games. And when they're on the field for 50 minutes a night, you're doing something wrong. You have done something totally wrong if you're letting the other team dominate the time of possession. They don't control the game. They have no offense. And they're trying to rely on their defense. They're not the Bears. You're not the Bears where your defense is so good where you can have a shit trash quarterback with one of the worst offenses in the league and win games by 3 points every week. That is not this team's identity. That is not the culture of this team. And they know it, the players know it, the fans know it, everyone knows it, the coaches probably know it, even the higher-ups, the executives, the owner probably fucking knows it. Everybody knows it. So what are we doing, Philadelphia? What are we going to do to fix this? First of all, you fire everyone, because this is clearly not a core that's going to win anything. You fire Sirianni, you fire Moore, and you don't fire the defensive coordinator because, I mean, his team is playing 45 minutes on the fucking field every game. So, of course, you're going to get 30 hung on your head when you're playing for over half the game. You can't stop every team. Eventually you're going to let up a lot of points. That is, I mean, they're not the 85 Bears. They're going to look mortal at some point. They looked mortal in this game. But the facts still remain that people got to take accountability. Jalen Hurts, play better. Kellen Moore, Sirianni, you are fucking both hacks. You're both have no talent, no skill when it comes to coaching in the NFL. Kellen Moore, I don't even know what the fuck you do. Sirianni, whoever the play caller is, Sirianni, Kellen Moore, you're both dog shit. You both suck at play calling. I mean, seriously, you could take a fucking little kid who all is just fucking plays Madden, a 12-year-old who plays Madden all day, and you could take them from out of their fucking bedroom and they could coach a fucking team better than you. Because at least they would know situational awareness. At least they would know what play to call in a certain situation or how to call plays. A 12-year-old could call plays better than Kellen Moore and Nick Sirianni, and probably would be a better leader of men in the locker room. Because Sirianni seems like a big pussy. He seems like a bitch. He seems like a non-fucking confrontational bitch. He does. He seems like a pussy. He seems like someone who is unfit to be a head coach. And everyone's got to start doing their part, or this season is going to fall apart for the Philadelphia Eagles. Thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Truth, and this was nothing but the truth.